Today we are spending some time with the new BMW M4 Competition. We're up at Road America and we did get to take that car out on the track. We're gonna do an exterior walk around, interior details tour, and we'll include some of that driving footage and seeing what it was like. All right, we are in the all-new BMW M4 Competition. Competition means 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, and the 8-speed ZF automatic. No DCT anymore, and you can only get the manual with the base version, the regular M3 and M4. Obviously, M4 is the coupe, rear-wheel drive right now. X-Drive is coming for the next model year, I believe it's a 2022. We're at Road America, first time ever at Road America, and this will be the first time I get to drive on the track at Road America. So obviously, taking it easy, just want to see what the new BMW M4 Competition is like. So 503 horsepower for the Competition is actually a pretty hefty increase over the outgoing F80 generation. That was 444, still a 3-liter turbo inline 6. I think the code name for this would be S58 now. Upgrade from the B58. And I am very excited for Road America. A couple weeks ago, we were just at Blackhawk Farms in my 350R. So this is a completely different kind of car, obviously, and a much, much bigger track. All right, let's go. This thing is potent, damn. All right, I am not pushing it.
So the carousel stay in the middle. Like just kind of like straddle the line, and then keep your eyes up and far out. Look for the red and yellow rumble strips. Once you see those, start pulling in tighter.
Okay.
Right now, tighter. Looking out to the outside back. Back over.
Exterior tour. This is Isle of Man Green, which is a very cool color. Standard color palette available. It's not a BMW individual paint. Obviously, we've got the large kidney grills up front blacked out. This is a California M plate, so that's what it looks like with a front plate. The tiny little M4 Competition badge. What does Competition mean? More horsepower, 503 horsepower, which is also only available with the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. You can't get a dual clutch at all in M3, M4 anymore, and if you want the manual, you have to get the regular M3 or M4, not the Competition. Still have kind of the signature BMW halos, but it's just like the bottom part of it. That's really interesting, actually. So that's different. Newer headlights. Some carbon fiber here on the grille, which contrasts really nicely with this green paint. And yes, the kidney grills are quite large. On darker colors, I don't mind it as much. On bright colors, I'm not a fan. I saw like a lime green looking M3, and I was not a fan. But in a darker color, whether like it's tanzanite blue or this green, it's not bad. Come around to the side, we've got the Competition wheels. This car is on PS4S tires with the carbon ceramic brakes. So that's all the equipment you want for the most track-focused version currently available for the M3 and M4. This little vent on the side here, which I believe is just purely decorational. M4 Competition, carbon fiber mirrors with the signature, kind of the piece that comes in. I don't know the technical name of that, but it's like all the M models seem to have that for M3, M4. Obviously, M4 is a two-door. In case you've been hiding under a rock for a while, the M3 is now the four-door, and the M4 is the two-door. Luckily, we don't currently have an M4 Grand Coupe, because then that would be a four-door version of the two-door version of the four-door car. That would be confusing, but M4 right now is just two-door. Updated taillights here, have a little carbon fiber lip on the trunk. Again, look at that paint. It's hard to tell because it's cloudy and starting to rain, which is why I get some time with this car. Otherwise, it'd be out running laps around Road America. It's hard to see, but it's a cool color. Carbon fiber diffuser down here with the quad exhaust tips, but just like the M2, that gigantic silver muffler hangs below, and you can really see it. My buddy Jason on his M2, he M2 CS and his M2 CS, yeah, he painted it. It's dark now, but you can really see that silver muffler hanging below. Paint it black, helps a lot. The widened hips out, I like the rear 3/4 angle, looks pretty nice. The side profile is pretty cool. On the competition wheels, this is also a pretty hefty increase in power compared to the outgoing F80 gen. Remember, we spent a lot of time with the white one. That was 444 horsepower. So there is the exterior of the M4 Competition. Let's pop the hood and check out what the engine bay looks like. Oh yeah, these seats. I'll give you a sneak preview. The seats look fantastic. We've got these like nostrils in the hood instead of like the bulge there. That's an interesting touch. It lines up as you come down here. You can see it pretty clearly from this angle. Now, opening the hood is easy. We don't have the gigantic carbon fiber brace. This is the first time getting a look under the latest G80X, G82 generation. So if I remember correctly, the F80 had this big carbon fiber brace across there, but 3-liter turbocharged inline six, 503 horsepower. That's a healthy amount. That is a big step up compared to the outgoing. I think that's even more than an M3 CS. I've got a lot of numbers in my head, so I'm starting to mix some of them up. So let's take a look at these carbon fiber seats. Just look at that. Oh my gosh. Entire carbon fiber back. They're 21 pounds lighter than stock. That's all carbon. With the cutouts here, cutouts there, that looks so nice. Back seats that I don't particularly want to get in because I probably won't fit. A little M stitching here on that strap. We also have the carbon fiber here too. So it's a pretty aggressive sports seat. It holds you in nicely when you're on track. But they look really cool with this two-tone white and black on the green exterior. So on the door sill, M4 Competition. We have an active rear differential with M traction control system with 10 stages and a drift analyzer. It will literally rate how good your drift was, which is pretty funny. And then when properly equipped, we can do top speed of 180 miles an hour. With those facts out of the way, we'll turn around and give you a tour of the interior of the M4 Competition. There is a lot of carbon fiber. So these paddle shifters are carbon with this little red cutout for the minus and the plus accent. That's pretty cool. You'll see the M1 and M2 buttons. BMW M cars have always been great at allowing you to reconfigure all your various parameters and settings to your heart's content. There is not like a preset you're locked into this mode, so you can kind of change them up, but you can also now have M1 and M2, so you can sync them up nicely. Center console here again, a lot more carbon fiber, start-stop button, M4 Competition, your iDrive rotary knob, got M etched on the leather for the transmission selector there too. M mode. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Changes up your tachometer and speedometer from this normal mode to M mode. Sport, if I want to go to track, we keep it pressed. There you go, track mode. But I'm going to go back to regular road. Show you guys that. M1, M2 buttons can be mapped to all sorts of different settings too. Oh, you can hear something just got a little bit louder. All right, more carbon fiber around these bezels here. Typical BMW interface. BMW M, the stitching, which is always nice. Otherwise, I mean, it's Harman Kardon sound system, the full digital cluster. If you've been in the new 4 Series, latest generation, fairly familiar in here too. This is also all carbon fiber. That's cool. Some of that is piped in through the sound system. I know BMW definitely amplifies it. And I remember reading somewhere that you can actually like turn that off. You can turn off the exterior or the interior sound. M menu. And here you can configure your M1, M2 modes, which all things from engine, transmission, chassis, steering, brake, dynamic stability control, M traction control, start, stop, and sound control. You can set those M1 and M2 buttons to be those. We have a heads-up display that is actually pretty large out there. Information, we can configure that here. And instrument panel, configuration, and then M Drift Analyzer. So it gives you out of 5 stars. I am not gonna do that right now because even though there is a lot of empty tarmac, I'm not supposed to. So I will follow the rules today. Heated seats up here. And again, these carbon seats are pretty freaking awesome. Like, I like those a lot. And there we go, a quick interior, exterior details walk-around video with some track driving with the all-new M4 Competition. Not a ton of time with the car today. We're at a big media event driving like a dozen cars, and I'm trying to keep up with everything, all the numbers, and getting some time with the vehicles. But first time getting to try this out. If I have time and the weather cooperates, I'll try to get out on the track again at Road America with this M4 Comp. And if I actually do that, there'll probably already be footage before we got to this point in the video. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this quick overview walk-around. These carbon buckets are pretty awesome, and this thing is fast. It is potent, even not pushing it hard. I got up to like 120 on one of the straights at Road America and not really pushing it really hard. One of the guys who has more experience here said it was going over 140. Definitely the fastest track car here at this event. With that, we're going to definitely also check out an M3 regular manual, G80 312 supercars. Mike, he has one. I want to see how they compare. Check out some of the other BMW videos on the channel too, the M2 CS, the previous gen M3 Competition. And with that, thanks for watching.